Hi, welcome to the channel. Today's video is titled Fat Joe Just Got Exposed as the Original Diddy. How? Okay, we're going to check this video together, and I love your thoughts and your contribution in the comments below. Let's dive right in.
One thing we found out this year and last year is that a lot of those 90 artists were doing some diabolical things. While at first people thought it was just Diddy terrorizing the music industry, it turned out it was an epidemic of disturbingly sadistic artists that couldn't keep their hands off kids in the 90s. It makes you wonder what was in the water in the 90s. Knowing what Diddy was up to, it was likely GHB or ketamine. Now there's another rapper from the 90s being exposed. And just like we saw with Diddy, he's being accused of some very disturbing things. That rapper is Fat Joe, who is currently being accused by a former hype man of doing disturbing things with girls that were way too young, if you get what I mean. While Fat Joe denied these allegations, recently another artist, Kaya, called him out for allegedly catching him with young girls in a hotel room. Now it's seeming that Fat Joe might have been the original Diddy. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to The Truth Is, where I drop new videos exposing the truth weekly. In today's episode, we will be talking about Fat Joe's allegations. Let's get right into it. I guess it's not really surprising that Fat Joe is facing similar allegations as Diddy. They both came up in the 90s era of hip-hop, where this kind of behavior went unchecked. But reading through his allegations, it's insane just how similar they are. Some of you might have heard that Fat Joe was sued earlier this year by his former hype man Terrence Dixon, who claims he witnessed Fat Joe committing some disturbingly heinous crimes over the 15 years he worked for him. In the allegations, Dixon claimed that Fat Joe was a pedophile who routinely hooked up with girls that were way too young. Dixon claims to have personally witnessed Fat Joe engage in relationship with girls who were in their young teens. The lawsuit alleges that Fat Joe psychologically groomed and even allegedly trafficked these young girls. Dixon's suit also describes Fat Joe allegedly flying these young girls from Europe into the US, paying for cosmetic surgeries for one of them, and financially abandoning them when they become non-compliant. In the lawsuit, Dixon brings up several young girls that he alleges Fat Joe hooked up with, recalling a 16-year-old Dominican girl that he hooked up with in exchange for money, clothing, and paying her cell phone bill. Dixon also claimed that Fat Joe had an affair with a 15-year-old girl whom he met during a tour abroad. The suit alleges the rapper paid for her cosmetic surgery and regularly flew her to Miami and New York. He also brings up another girl that Fat Joe was infatuated with, so much so that he was considering leaving his wife for. According to Dixon, Fat Joe was participating in trafficking these young girls so he can hook up with them just like Diddy would do. This was a
Let me say this first. Are we actually surprised that lots of the celebrities, and especially in Hollywood, the entertainment industry, lots of them, they have the same, like, similar story, similar timeline, similar things going on or business they're doing. So now the question is, of course, they learned it from somewhere, right? So obviously Hollywood itself needs total cleansing, because if you're hearing this exact same thing done by supposed, like, not one, not two, not three celebrities, then you can count how many out there or how many more. Because listen, they learned it from somewhere. They obviously learned it from somewhere, and they've seen somebody do it. It's not new, it's not even a new behavior. They learned it from somewhere. And then obviously grooming other people to potentially do this.
participating in trafficking these young girls so he can hook up with them just like Diddy would do. This wasn't all of it either, as Dixon also alleges that he was coerced into performing thousands of intimate acts under duress, facing threats of retaliation, financial punishment, and physical harm if he refused. He alleges he was forced to perform intimate acts with women in front of Fat Joe and his associates over the course of more than a decade, claiming that he was forced to participate in over 4,000 inappropriate acts under Fat Joe's orders. Just like we saw with one of the first Diddy lawsuits, in this lawsuit, Fat Joe is being accused of running a RICO enterprise, with Terrence demanding $20 million for the damages he suffered while working for him. Interestingly enough, the lawyer representing Dixon was no other than Tyrone Blackburn, the same man who sued Diddy on behalf of producer Little Rod. Remember Little Rod's lawsuit? The producer who accused Diddy of the same exact thing Terrence is accusing Fat Joe of, which was forcing Little Rod to engage in intimate acts in front of P. Diddy, and also transporting young girls for his freak-off parties. I actually just released a new Patreon exclusive video of a Freemason man getting caught red-handed trying to meet up with someone he thought was a minor. I recommend all my members go watch that video after this one, as it proves that these men who are a part of these secret societies are definitely into them young. If you want to see that video, you can find the link in the comment section and the description. Now obviously, like every celebrity does, Fat Joe denied the allegations, calling them a desperate move of retaliation and extortion, claiming Terrence was upset that he cut him off and was trying to find a way to get back at him. In response, Fat Joe hired a high-profile lawyer and filed a counter lawsuit against Dixon, hiring the same high-profile lawyer A$AP Rocky got to defend him against the allegations that he shot his friend over an argument. After these lawsuits were filed, it sort of went quiet for a while. Fat Joe continued his career like nothing happened and even started a podcast with rapper Jadakiss. This very podcast seems to be what got him back in hot water, as just a few days back, Fat Joe made some comments about Kaya that sparked a whole new set of allegations. While Cardi B was on his podcast, the conversation about who's the best female MC rapper came up, with Cardi mentioning Kaya. Fat Joe pretended to not know who that was, then started calling her the neck in my back girl, referring to Kaya's hit song My Neck My Back. Fat Joe then told Jadakiss that he didn't like her because she called the cops on him once upon a time. He goes on to claim that she called the cops on him just because they were being too loud.
Who's on your Mount Rushmore female MCs?
I grew up listening to Remy a lot. I like Trina a lot. I always say that I listen to Trina a lot. I used to listen to Kaya a lot, Lil Kim a lot. I used to listen to all of them.
Who's Kai?
Kaya.
Neck in my back. My neck, my back.
Yeah. She got some cool records though.
She did me dirty one. She did us all dirty one time. Like how the girls, my neck, my back. We hanging out in the hotel and she called the cops on us. Like, yo, them making too much noise. They like, yo, the girl there.
My neck and my back?
My neck and my back, nigga. Like how my neck and my back.
You should know she coming at you
supposed
for
to
this
call the
track.
cops. She called the cops on us. Well, we was in Phoenix, Arizona. B-Fab, all of us talking in the hallway, and they was like, yo, the girl right there. She called the cops. Said, my neck, my back? She called cops on us?
I ain't gonna say that because that roasted. She could roast. Not that could roast. Tell her you love her because she could roast.
I love you, Kaya. I don't want no smoke.
When Kaya heard this, she went online and addressed it immediately, claiming that she didn't call the cops because of a noise complaint, but because he was engaging in disturbing behavior with really young girls. Kaya goes as far as to call Fat Joe the original Diddy, even referring to Fat Joe as a satanic freakazoid.
Fat Joe, yo fat ass. No, you finna get roasted this morning, gag, or the Fat Joey bag of donuts, you mildew smelling. You, the people been sending in a lot of shit. You been out there talking about the queen. Okay, you knew you was gonna get it, didn't you? You know you hadn't fucked up, right? Well, if you didn't, somebody should have told you. I knew it and been told this story, but since you want to tell it, let me tell a version that need to be told. Here, want to hear it go. Okay, I'm on the road at the hotel trying to get my beauty rest after a gig. I secured my bag and took my ass back to my hotel suite to lay down and go to sleep. Okay, we all artists after a show sharing the same hotel, but not sharing the same evidently. Okay, we sharing the same hotel floor because that's all we have in common. Yeah, Gordon, and here come your fat, funky, stinking, okay, spoiled pig looking along with the rest of your crew being demonic freaks per usual. Yeah, Gordon, Diddy ain't the first and won't be the last freakazoid. It started with you. Okay, being demonic freaks and mutants, you know, got a hall full of hoes and underage sluts ready to okay, waiting outside your hotel room door ready and waiting to get drugged and gang banged. And so you can watch your homeboys so you can look at and booty hole because your ain't long enough to reach nobody ball. All right, child, I open my door like, what the is going on up here on this floor? I'm trying to get my beauty rest. What the is going on here? Get home and clear this hallway slurping and slobbing on dick in the halls, decking the halls and balls, okay? And it wasn't even the Christmas holiday. Like and watching your homeboys let you tell your crew and your other fellow rappers that's freakazoids like you other hoes at 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning off that shit. Not on my floor. Gaggle, that's why your fat ass got all kind of crimes and suing the fuck out of you and a bunch of lawsuits and charges now on your fat ass. You sitting out here want to tell the bitch put the police on you. You should have told them what way you ran terror squad, all right, terrorizing booty holes and young old gag order back then, and you're still doing it now. Alleged. Yeah, right. Gag order, you a nasty and you was doing it, you did it, and that's why they suing you and pressing charges on your fat ass now. That's why you trying to act like you innocent. You know I called the police on you for a reason. All right, I was trying to say them. We gonna just tell the truth, tell you how it go. Damn right, I called the popo hoe and I'll do it again. Running around out here in these streets with titties longer than mine from DJ Khaled sucking on them. Kiss my ass. Let's get that right. You a demon dog. You a sex demon. You was them drunken and them little young. And I put the popos on your gag order. You and all them that was there with you. One by I was out of order and them young girls was in danger. I seen crimes being committed and I called the law. Gag order, just ask your hype man. He was there. Gag order in that order. Look it up. In that order. I hope he take you for everything you got and all them young that you destroyed their lives too. Gag order, because you did it. Alleged. Not alleged. I heard, I seen, I heard, and I called 911. Someone please call 911. This getting and drugged with Fat Joe in this hall. Get the law up here fast. As far as I was concerned, them slut puppies were in danger. Okay, gag order in that order. Criminal activity was going on, and your fat ass should have went to jail without the bail. That's where you should have went. Because you.
Wow. Again, I'm still gonna say this, that obviously this celebrities learned it from somewhere. And potentially lots other people are being groomed. It's not even any surprise because again, they love to catch them young. However, case may be, catch these young talents, young people, young groom them from there and build their career up and stuff. Hollywood itself needs total cleansing. Total cleansing. That's just the truth.
Okay, gag order in that order. Criminal activity was going on, and your fat ass should have went to jail without the bail. That's where you should have went. Because you and your crew didn't mean to. No good. I seen and I heard you, bitch. Gag order. I saw a bunch of young freakazoids in danger, and I said, "No, ma'am, Pam, and not on my watch. Clear this all in that order." You remember how I walked out there with my hair wrapped up like a queen? It's still wrapped up like a queen now. Locks on deck. Gag order, baby, when I came out there in that hall with my long, beautiful silk nightgown all the way to the floor. Gag order, looking like a goddess. Okay, and I seen all them in danger on the hall in the hall on my floor. I told them to clear that hall. Get from in front of them doors, waiting to get drugged and beat the up and kicked out on their head. Get home. 911 is on the way, and I went to dialing emergency number. In that order, I was saving lives, like I'm still doing now. Gag order in that order, putting up on game. Don't trust these. Don't trust these. Don't trust no fat ass. Okay, smelling like Porky the Pig. Get your own shit and let them know that these with a raw pig. With a head on the shoulder knows how it goes when the time let them get gone and they call 911. Get the law up here to lock them up. And I do it again, gag order. Don't trust these. Get your own shit while your pink pig pork rind smelling ass. He's out here in these streets destroying lives. I'm the one that's been saving lives, and I'm not the one or the two to be with. So I advise you to keep Miss Neck and Back's name out your mouth. Because I've been telling these stories before Jaguar, right? I've been telling these stories before all these decide to want to tell. I'm the original roasting gagger. I've been telling these stories since MySpace. If you're really a Thug Mrs. fan, you remember? All right, in that order, you a nasty. Now your sick, freaky, sloppy, fat ass is fighting cases left and right. Talk about that on your podcast while you're talking about me. And that order, talk about Big Pun wife and how you stole all Big Pun money and then give it to his family while you're talking about me. You imagine how your sweat smell. You fat on your podcast and stop talking about me putting the popos on your nasty ass when you was out there them little young and doing orgies and having your goddamn hype man and DJ that he didn't want to fuck Diddy Jr. Find you somebody to play with and go straight to hell, Joey Bag of Donuts. Okay, now replay this. I bet you won't in that.
As you saw for yourself, Kaya went off on Fat Joe. While I would say all the banging in between each word was quite annoying, what she said about Fat Joe was some seriously disturbing allegations. If what Kaya is saying is true, Fat Joe was out here having Terror Squad freak-offs. Now I will say, honestly, Kaya has more credibility than a person who wasn't in the industry, as usually the victims that make accusations against big rappers tend to do it for financial reasons. It also doesn't help that they're not in the industry themselves, as artists tend to play victim themselves, using the defense that everyone is just after their money. Kaya is herself in the music industry and isn't suing Fat Joe for any money, at least not yet. In fact, she didn't even come out with these allegations out of nowhere. She only brought them up because Fat Joe mentioned her name and tried to diss her. These are some serious allegations, and I don't think Kaya would just make this up out of thin air. She's basically confirming the allegations made by Fat Joe's hype man, alleging Fat Joe likes them young too. I'm telling you, Fat Joe's behavior is awfully similar to Diddy's. It would also explain why back in 2024, while Diddy was at the height of his allegations, Fat Joe came out in defense of him, calling him a good friend and saying he would be praying for his nightmare to be over.
Our guy Diddy is currently in the news crazy. And so he would have been one of those guys. But right now he's dealing with something. When you see what you see, somebody that we've worked with in the industry for a long time going through what Diddy's going through right now.
What I can say in the most respectful way is I don't know all the details, but I've been praying for him and his family, and he's my friend for 30 years. And so I'm never, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just see what the outcome is, and I'm praying that the best thing for him and his family and everybody involved. So I'm not disrespecting nobody, but I'm just praying for this whole situation, this nightmare.
We've talked about it from the obviously.
Yeah, but yo,
internet.
bro, let's move on from that, man. You got that. You're the only person who got Fat Joe to say that, right? Let's move on.
A lot of people were criticizing him for these comments, as the person he should have been praying for was Diddy's victims, not Diddy. But if these allegations are true, now we know why Fat Joe was defending Diddy, because he is the Puerto Rican XL version of him. The more I look into Fat Joe, the more he seems like Diddy. For example, he signed Big Pun in the 90s, and according to Pun's baby mother, Fat Joe robbed him blind. She claims that after Big Pun died in the 2000s, Fat Joe kept all the royalties Pun's music generated and didn't give any to his family. She actually filed a lawsuit against him for this, which appears to be still ongoing. Again, this shows how similar Fat Joe and Diddy actually are. Diddy was also known for robbing his artists before and after they died. While right now the allegations that Terrence Dixon made against Fat Joe are just allegations, the fact that Kaya accuses him of doing things like this adds a bit more credibility to his claims. Knowing what goes down in the music industry, you can't put anything past these people. We know that these celebrities let money and fame get to their heads and they start thinking they're untouchable. In my opinion, chances are these allegations could be true. Fat Joe is likely just as guilty as all the rest of these monsters in the industry. We have to wait and see how this lawsuit turns out though. I also wonder if this lawsuit would turn into a criminal investigation like we saw with Diddy. The question is, will Fat Joe be the next celebrity in court fighting for his freedom? Surprisingly, he hasn't had a bunch of victims come out and speak out against him. But maybe it would happen now after Kaya came out and spoke up. I want to know what you guys think below. Do you think Fat Joe is another Diddy? Should he be locked up too? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Also, if you're one of my...
Interesting. Now, Hollywood itself, it needs total cleansing. I'm gonna say that again, over and over again, because let's also remember that to every atom of rumor, or to every rumor, there is always an atom of truth to it. Again, show me your friend, and I will tell you who you are. Best of the same feather flock together. That's all I'm gonna say. You can use your tongue to count your teeth, but again, the industry itself needs total cleansing, total cleansing. Because sometimes you hear some things and be like, yeah, they're just allegations. Yeah, they're just allegations. But again, you all you need to do is pay attention. Because yeah, while people may say, oh, Kaya said this and whatever, the banging too, it kind of wanted to give me headache. But just listen through. You would understand that, okay. Sometimes some people will see some things and just go about their business and not say nothing. Just like how people be like Jaguar rights calling out Diddy, Jay-Z and stuff and all that. What the same thing. So again, show me your friend and I will tell you who you are. You hang out with the people, you know the people. Somebody sees you, they'll assess the both of you to be tying the same wrapper. Anyways, the entire industry needs total cleansing. That's all I'm gonna say. That's the truth. And for parents that are sending their kids to the industry, you better be watchful and be careful. Let me know what you think. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.